95 Honda Accord, the button on my gear shift lever has broken. It still works. You can still shift gears, but it is something that either needs to be repaired or replaced. To get this knob off, there are 2 Phillips head screws, one on either side. I should be able to pull the knob straight up. There's the spring, there's the other piece. Clean both pieces up, glue them back together, and I should be in good shape. My preference would be some type of epoxy or JB Weld, but I don't have any of that. All I have is super glue, Permatex super glue. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use isopropyl alcohol, get some of that on a Q-tip just to make sure those surfaces are as clean as possible. Once the alcohol evaporates, I will glue these pieces together. Now, I actually read the instructions, and they say to apply the glue to one surface and then press and hold the 2 pieces together for 15 to 30 seconds. All right, I actually held it together for over a minute, and I'm going to let it cure for maybe an hour or so before I put it back on. Okay, it's actually the next morning, so this glue has fully cured, and you can see I have some grease on it, some general purpose grease, and that's just to help it slide in and out of the handle easier. So before we put it back together, one thing to watch out for is the position of this shaft. And this shaft, it will spin, so it could potentially get out of position while you're taking it apart. You want it in that position with the angled side facing the steering wheel, because what happens when it's all back together, when you push in on the button, it pushes this shaft down, and that's what allows you to be able to shift gears. And you could, if you had to, you can still drive your car by pushing this down and then shifting gears to wherever you need to be. So you can do that for the short term while you're waiting on the glue to dry or the new button to arrive. So to put it all back together, put the spring back in the handle first. There's a cutout right here in the handle, and that lines up with this little raised piece. So you line those 2 up. Push the button in, keep it held in while you slide it over the shaft. Make sure it goes all the way down. Try it out a couple of times, make sure it won't come out. And now you just reinstall the screws. You can buy one of these off of eBay, Amazon. You could get it from the dealer if you want to pay top dollar, or you could go to a salvage yard and get a used piece. But I just chose to glue it back together. That was the easiest option, the fastest option, and the cheapest option. So I try to save money any way that I can. Now, back in good shape. That should last for years to come, and that's it. We're done. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.